Hello and welcome back to another class. My name is Tati and today I will be guiding you through a 30-minute energizing twist and flow yoga. Because we'll be flowing a little bit faster, this is probably suited to those who have practiced yoga before, but don't worry, you can always pause the video and go back. You might want to have a block at hand today. And with that, I'd say let's get started seated in a comfortable cross-legged position on the mat. Taking the next few moments to arrive, notice how the body feels at the beginning of class. Rolling up the shoulders, resting the hands on the knees. And starting to take a few deep breaths in through the nose. And exhale out. Deep breath in, feeling the air travel in all the way into the belly, and exhale out. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. We'll also be making use of a mudra, Ksepana mudra, so placing the index fingers against one another, pointing up, wrapping the third, fourth and fifth fingers around one another, as well as tucking the thumbs in a little cross. So this mudra is said to release toxins. Inhale, lifting the mudra to the sky, and exhale, release. Placing the right hand onto the left knee, left arm floats behind, twisting open, so spiraling open from the chest, sinking both sit bones into the earth. Nice tall spine. Remember to take nice deep breaths in. And exhale, floating both arms up, finding length and finding a seated twist on the other side. Left hand rests on the right knee, right fingertips come behind. You can come onto the tips of the right fingertips to really find that length in the spine. The crown reaches up towards the sky. The chest spirals open towards the back of the mat. Finding that beautiful length, and then inhale, arms reach up, and exhale, finding your Ksepana mudra again, index fingers point up, and exhale, bringing the mudra to heart center. You can imagine letting go, releasing anything that no longer serves you, anything in the body, any thoughts, any situations or habits. Release them through the mudra. And then inhale, lifting the arms up towards the sky, gathering energy, palms to touch, releasing the hands onto the knees, and then flowing through a few rounds of seated cat-cow. So inhale, chest lifts up and opening up. Exhale, rounding the spine, drawing the shoulder blades away from one another. Inhale, lifting the chest. And exhale, taking any other free flow movements and maybe rotating the shoulders in one direction, the other direction. Taking half circles with the neck, so drawing the left ear to the left shoulder, chin draws towards the front, And over to the right side, right ear draws towards right shoulder, and switching sides, loosening up, rotating out the wrists, perhaps flicking out the fingers like little stars. And then finding onto all fours, tabletop position, hands underneath the shoulders, activating the core muscles, finding a nice neutral spine, then tucking the toes and hovering the knees a few inches up off the mat. So start to engage the core, the glute, and then pressing the hips up and back. Downward facing dog, pedaling out the legs, lengthening the backs of the legs, drawing one heel alternating towards the mat. Think about rooting through all 10 fingers, pressing the palms into the earth and releasing the head between the arms. Inhale, walking yourself all the way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Can keep a generous bend in the knee in your first forward fold of the day. And then inhale, one vertebra at a time, slowly roll yourself all the way up. Arms reach up and overhead, palms to touch. Finding your Ksepana mudra at the solar plexus region, rooting through the toes. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, releasing the mudra. And exhale, fold it forward, releasing the upper body. Inhale, finding a halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, plant the palms, step it back, plank pose. Always the option to modify, bringing the knees down. And then we all flow down onto the belly, placing the palms underneath the shoulders, finding into your baby cobra, pressing the backs of the feet into the mat, lifting the chest, gentle curvature in the lower spine. And exhale, pressing into the palms, coming through all fours, hips come up and back, downward facing dog. Might want to pedal out the feet here. Remembering to send breath throughout the body. Noticing the sensation of the feet and the fingers on the mat. And inhale, stepping yourself forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, coming all the way to standing, arms sweep up and overhead. Exhale, spilling yourself down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, plank pose. Flowing through chaturanga, option to come onto the knees. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. And exhale, rolling over the toes, finding into downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, release. Feeling the heart beats in the chest. And then bringing the weight onto the right palm, left arm reaches underneath the body, holding onto the right knee, calf, ankle, whatever you can hold onto. You might want to bend the knees in order to get into the shape. If your body is saying no, you can stay in downward facing dog. Gazing underneath the armpit, and exhale, release, coming back into downward facing dog. And coming over to the other side, so shifting the weight into the left palm, right arm reaches underneath the body, holding onto the left knee, calf, ankle, gazing underneath. the left armpit, finding your twisted down dog, stimulating the digestive organs, stimulating Manipura chakra, cultivating willpower and confidence, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping the feet forward to the top of the mat, finding a flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Breathing deeply. Inhale, sweeping the arms up and overhead. And fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into plank, flowing through chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, tuck the toes, hips come towards the sky, downward facing dog. Taking those deep belly breaths, maybe Ujjayi breath, ocean breath. We're here for one more breath. And with the next inhalation, step, hop, and walk the feet forward towards the front of the mat. Inhale, fingertips on the mat, half lift. Exhale, fold it forward. Rooting through the toes. Inhale, root to rise. And exhale, Ksepana mudra, bringing the mudra to the heart space. Mountain pose, releasing the mudra. Resting in stillness for a few breaths. Inhale, sitting down into Utkatasana chair pose, so knees together, big toes touching, sinking yourself down. You can measure this by bringing the fingertips to the mat and then lifting the arms up, shoulders away from the ears, and exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step it back, plank, flowing through your vinyasa, and we all meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot forward between the hands. Left heel is lifted, finding a squared off position. Inhale, arms sweep up and overhead. High lunge. Inhale, reaching towards the sky. And exhale, twisting open so the left fingertips float forward. Right arm floats behind, gazing over the right fingertips. Twisted high lunge. Inhale, coming back through center, and exhale, plant the palms, step back plank. Inhale, chaturanga. And meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting the left leg, three-legged dog. Step it forward into high lunge on the left side, sweeping the arms up. High lunge, right heel is up off the mat. And exhale, right fingertips float forward, left fingertips float back. Twisted high lunge. Gazing over those left fingertips. Inhale, squaring off to the front of the mat, high lunge. And exhale, plant the palms, step back through plank, optional vinyasa, or coming straight into your downward facing dog. And we all meet here, breathing in and breathing out, sigh it out, releasing anything that no longer serves you. Inhale, stepping the feet forward to the top of the mat, finding your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit it down into chair pose, sinking those hips a little bit deeper. Imagine sitting on a tiny chair. Fingertips are active. And exhale, release, palms at the heart center in prayer, mountain pose. You're doing so well. Inhale, sitting back into chair pose. One breath, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Flowing through an optional vinyasa. Find your flow. Or meeting us in downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple the spine forward. Stepping the right foot forward. Finding high lunge, right foot forward. So finding warrior one. So the left foot is parallel to the short edge, back edge of the mat. Hips are squared forward. And then planting the palms, stepping back through plank, flowing through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can gaze to the navel and then inhale, stepping the left foot forward, finding warrior one, raising the arms, hips are squared to the front of the room. So think about pressing the left hip back, right hip forward. And exhale, step it back into plank, flowing through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, chest forward, and exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and feeling the sensation of everything that no longer serves you, leaving the body through the exhalation. I am confident. I am strong. And then inhale, step it forward, finding half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And taking a few releasing breaths here before coming into chair pose. Inhale, lift the arms up, sink the hips, and exhale, standing up into mountain pose, rolling out the shoulders, maybe closing the eyes, sensing the heartbeats and the breath through the body. If you are practicing with a block, you might want to have one nearby. And then stepping the right foot back, finding into triangle pose. So the left foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. Right toes perpendicular, pointing to the back. Floating the arms up, tilting the hips. And then the right arm comes all the way down, either to the calf, the ankle, or having your block on the inside edge of the right foot. So you can place the block on a high setting, low setting, floating the left arm up, keeping the chest rotated open, and gazing either towards the ground or up towards the right fingertip if this feels comfortable in your neck. Remember to breathe here. You can keep a micro bend in the right knee. And feel free to come out of the pose at any point. We're here for one more breath. Inhale, lengthening those right fingertips, and then exhale, bending into the right knee, coming out, bringing the block with you, placing it to the inside of the left foot. So swiveling over, left toes are pointing forward, right toes are parallel to the short edge of the mat. Lifting the arms, tilting the hips forward, and then lowering the left hand onto the block or the mat, foot, floating the right fingertips up towards the sky, spiraling the chest open. Noticing any feelings or thoughts that come up in this pose. Some of us love it, some of us don't love this pose. Whatever you're feeling is 100% fine. And then one more breath, bending into the left knee, finding out of the pose, straightening the legs, big toes pointing in, heels are pointed out, placing the hands on the hips, finding length, opening up the chest, and exhale with a flat back, folding forward, Prasarita Padottanasana. Again, you can place the block underneath, placing the hands on the block or on the mat. Releasing. Also the option to walk the hands so the backs of the wrists are in line with the heels. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Then placing the left hand underneath the chin. Inhale, lifting the right fingertips all the way up, twisted, wide-legged forward fold. Spiral that chest open, gazing up towards the right fingertips if it feels good. Enjoying this twist. And exhale, release. Releasing the arms to the mat. And then switching sides, right palm underneath the chin. Left arm peels up towards the sky. Spiring that chest open towards the left side, creating space in the heart, allowing the prana and chi to flow throughout the whole body. And exhale, release, spilling the upper body towards the earth. Inhale, placing both hands, finding a flat back, hands on hips, micro bend in the knee, and then slowly lifting yourself all the way up, avoiding any head rush. So do this in your own time, as much time as you need. And then reversing the feet. So heels in, big toes out. Lifting the arms up towards the sky into star pose. Finding length. And exhale, bringing hands to prayer at heart center. And then sinking yourself all the way down into yogi squat. So you might want to walk the heels a little bit closer together. If you are practicing with a block, it can be really useful to slide this underneath the bum. Lifting the hips can really help create some space. Don't worry if the heels don't quite reach the ground. If you are seated on the block or the heels are on the earth, you can press the elbows onto the inside of the knees to open up the groin area, and then sinking yourself down, keeping a nice straight spine. Malasana yogi squat. Placing the right hand on the center between the feet on the mat. Left arm floats towards the sky, opening up into your seated malasana, breathing and finding length. And exhale, release, switching sides, floating the arm up towards the sky. And exhale, release, finding your Sepana mudra, index fingers pressed against one another. And then sinking the bum onto the mat, finding into butterfly pose, bottom of the feet together, clasping the hands and sliding them underneath the feet, peeling open the feet like a book, maybe bouncing out the knees, creating a bit of space. Inhale, sitting up tall, and then exhale, folding forward with a nice flat back, drawing the knees towards the earth, letting yourself sink a little deeper with every exhalation. And then inhale, slowly starting to lift yourself out of butterfly pose, bringing the feet onto the mat, grasping the inside of the knees, and then rolling yourself all the way down onto the back, opening the arms up into a T shape, shifting onto the right hip and letting both knees fall over towards the right side. You can gaze up towards the sky or enjoy the twist by looking over the left fingertips. Reclined twist. Sinking both shoulders towards the earth. And inhale, bringing the legs back through center and finding a reclined twist on the other side. So both knees fall over towards the left side, gazing over the right fingertips or up towards the sky. Imagining a bright yellow light radiating from the center of the navel all through the body, releasing any toxins, metabolizing not only the substances, food and drinks, but also metabolizing our thoughts. Inhale, coming back through center, hugging the knees into the chest, maybe gently rocking from side to side, massaging your lower spine, giving yourself a nice little cuddle here. And then exhale, release yourself into Shavasana, palms facing up, shoulders sink into the earth. Option to place one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart, feeling the gentle rise and fall of the belly and the heart beating under the other hand. And know that the body naturally taps into the wisdom of metabolizing and detoxifying, allowing yourself to rest and hand over to the body. Enjoying the next minute, and I will call us back when it is time to awaken. Slowly starting to deepen the breath. Notice the sensation of the body lying on the earth. Gently inviting movement back into the body, wriggling the fingers and toes, stretching the arms up and overhead, finding length from fingertips to toes. And exhale, hugging the knees back into the chest, giving yourself a loving embrace, taking as much time as you need here. Celebrating yourself for taking the time to get on your mat today and do something beneficial for yourself. The hardest part is sometimes just making the time to actually get on the mat, so well done for making it this far. Gently finding into a seated position, keeping the gaze soft or the eyes closed. Shoulders are relaxed. Tuning in with how you feel now at the end of practice. In just half an hour, how the energy has shifted. Inhale, arms sweep up and overhead, gathering energy. Prayer at heart center. And bowing down, namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed this class, leave me a little pink heart emoji. Let me know if you enjoyed all the twists. I really love hearing from you. The best way to support my channel is by subscribing, liking, and of course sharing this with anyone that you know can also benefit from some self-care by getting on their mat. If you have a look through the description box, there's a load of links to some of my favorite things, and I release new videos every Sunday, so I really hope that I see you here again soon. All my love.